It's 6:30 p.m. and update on yesterday. Writing wise for my novel, I don't know if I would say I got much done. I got some stuff done. I know I said I finished the scene that was kicking my butt. Now I'm in easy writing land. Ugh. Nope. Nope. Or maybe it could be. I know the roadblock I'm facing. I'm familiar with it, which means I know how to work through the problem and get to the part where it actually feels easier to write. It's just that I have to do it. And I was supposed to do that today. I was supposed to finish doing that today. I started it yesterday. I got halfway through that exercise yesterday. I was supposed to finish it today, and I will after this video. But for context for this next thing that I'm going to share, I'm part of this community of writers of another YouTuber, right? And this one guy who asked if I could swap feedback with him on his first chapter. Our agreement was really only on the first chapter. He left a comment on my most recent, the chapter that I'm working on now, which is unfinished, by the way, and his feedback was also unprompted, and he left a comment saying how it seemed like this chapter feels a lot more directionless compared to the first two chapters. And I don't know if he said he was a bit disappointed or something, but that was the tone that I was getting from the comment. Like, I forgot the specifics. And I don't know, I felt kind of bummed by it. So I need to work through that because I find it hard to write when I'm bothered by something. It's why I like journaling before I enter the writing process, because it gets all of that gunk out of my mind so I can focus on writing. But yeah, I have to do that. I have to deal with that. I mean, it's I agree with his feedback is the thing. I do agree with his feedback. Like, I've been feeling it myself while writing this chapter, that it feels a little directionless at the moment. No, I wouldn't say directionless, but like it feels like a small aside to her main goal at the moment, and it's early on in Act 1, which means that it's probably not the right timing for something like this, for this chapter to feel this way, you know. So I get where he's coming from. I just wasn't prepared for him to give me feedback yet. Like, this is a work in progress chapter. The only reason why this section of the chapter was placed on that document, because the document I shared with him initially was the document where I was placing updates of my writing, because I write in Scrivener, but I can't really share my work with others through Scrivener, so I have a Google Doc, right? And it's a separate file because it's on Google Docs. And yeah, I don't know. The only reason why I put it there is because I have a closer, more tightly knit group of writers that I have like weekly calls with, and I feel comfortable sharing my writing with them, even if it's unfinished, because I know they're very supportive, and they even if they're confused about things, I trust them is the thing, you know. And they're very understanding, and they're very gentle. I don't know if I should say gentle. They're honest, but the way that they give their feedback is very I don't know if gentle is the right word, but it doesn't really shake me as much. Like, I can take their feedback in and think about it, because like I'm prepared, because I'm the one who initiated, sharing my work with them and asking for feedback. But with this one, I did not ask for feedback. I did not initiate asking for feedback. In fact, I already told this guy this last weekend that I still wasn't finished with the chapter. And even in the actual Google Doc, I'm pretty sure that the section that I copy pasted into it, and the last sentence is an unfinished sentence. So it should be obvious that it's still a work in progress. I even mentioned it to him that, like, yeah, thanks for checking in, but I'm still not finished with this chapter. So I don't know why he went through it and commented and gave feedback. I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm a bit shaken by it. I'm a bit worried, but I know how to deal with this. Like, I should probably talk to him. I already responded to one of his comments saying that, yes, thank you for the feedback, but this is actually unfinished. I'll keep your comments in mind while I finish it. See, the way that I write and then share my chapters for feedback is that I write it first, and while I'm writing, I do have an outline, but I refine the events of the outline while I'm writing, and before I share it with other people, I revise it. I don't know if I should say revise even. I'll go through it and pick out things that I can fix immediately, or that I think I should probably cut or change or like compress because reasons, and then I'll share it, which I know kind of like goes against some of the writing advice that I hear online, which is to write, like, just go through write your entire first draft without stopping and then revise it. But in my case, for me at least, like, I like doing it this way because each of my chapters build upon each other. I write my characters, you can say that I pants my characters and their relationships with each other and their interactions with each other, which means that every chapter I need to kind of like have the context right to support their interactions, and I need to get their interactions right to support what will happen in the next chapter, which is what I go through when I do that, like, really general revisions. I don't really fuss much on the prose just yet, or the descriptions just yet, except to trim the descriptions, because I consider those more like revisions I'll need to do after finishing the first draft. But yeah, this was just like, this little event just bummed me out. I'm kind of scared right now. It's okay. You guys don't have to worry about that. I'm really, all I'll need to do about it is journal a lot. And then I'll be fine. So it's okay. So I guess those are my updates. The point that the guy made, I know I mentioned this a while ago, but he said that the chapter feels directionless, and I agree. In all fairness, I agree. But I was going to fix that in the revision before officially sharing it with people outside of my writers circle, my weekly call group, right? There are like tons of excuses I can give for that. One of them being that this is really just sorry for the dogs barking, by the way, the result of me moving around events in the outline. Before she arrived straight at the garrison, and then and then went somewhere else, and then on the way back to the garrison, the events of this chapter happened. I guess I don't know if you should call it an inciting incident, but yeah, the thing I'm getting from this here is that it needs more context. I feel like that's my answer to everything, though. Like, every time someone is confused by something in my novel, when they read through it, when my feedback partners read through it, they get confused about something, my answer is always like, oh, okay, so I need to give more context so you understand what I'm writing. Yeah. I feel like as a writer, I'm probably so obsessed with context, like more than other people. It's what allows me to world build, but it's also what keeps things clear in my writing. Yeah. I need to work on that. But first, journaling.